Oh, we do.
Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of In the Kitchen with Caitlin. Today we will be cooking my very favorite Fiesta peppers. Stuffed peppers with a taco flair. And helping me is my good friend, Rance Wright.
Hi.
So, I don't know if you're hungry, but I'm starving.
I am starving. I haven't eaten all day.
Great.
No.
Perfect, because you brought your empty stomach.
I did.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
Let's get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is cut our peppers, cut and core them. So you're gonna take a paring knife, which is this cute little guy.
Yep.
And you're gonna hold the pepper on its side, and you're just gonna follow the top of it, cutting into it, and go around in a circle.
Okay.
I'm doing it kind of fast, but you might want to like take your time with it, so not to like slice it. It's okay if it's not a perfect circle. All right. Then you're gonna take it by the stem and hold it like so, and give it a little like click click, and then pull it out. And voila, you have a nice little cup, which is kind of like a gluten-free, low-carb version of a taco shell.
I love that. I love that idea.
You know? So then you might want to pick out there's like little white crusty guys sometimes in some of them. It's not crusty, that's not a good word for it, but these little white chunks that are not so good. So you want to pull those out. And then if you have any stuck in, this one came out pretty clean, but if you happen to be not as like perfect about getting all the seeds out, you just run it under some cold water, swish it around and pour it out and get it out that way. Pat them dry. And then into the hot water they go.
Great.
So once you've cut the tops off your peppers and cored them properly, you're going to put them in boiling water for 5 minutes and spoon some of the water in there so they don't like bobble and float. And then when you take them out, you're gonna run them under very cold water. And then you're almost ready to start stuffing. So now we're gonna prep our meat.
Oh, exciting.
Yummo delish. Okay, so what we've got over here, gonna just set us up, is let's just dump these stuff in. So we got some salt and pepper. Yummo. You can grab this. We have some cayenne pepper and paprika mixed in already. Go in there. Got a little cumin. Yummo. And then we've got some garlic and onion powder.
Cool. And,
all right, Rance, I'm going to let you get your hands dirty here.
Awesome.
And just work that bad boy in. So, I don't know if you've heard of the secret word of the show that's not so secret. It's actually slowly becoming a phenomenon.
Cool.
It's called foodition.
Foodition.
And everybody has one, whether they want to or not. It's so I'm just wanting to know, what is the Wright family foodition?
Ooh, you know, it's funny because we don't have I grew up in Utah, so it's like kind of a Midwest thing. But in Utah, my mom loves traditions, and in my family, I think one of our fooditions would probably be fondue during the Christmas holiday.
Like sweet fondue, savory fondue?
I think we do all of them. I mean, we actually have a fondue for each one, but we have like chocolate fondue, or we have cheese fondue, or we have meat fondue. Okay. So and it's usually something we do just like I know it's delicious.
Tell me about the meat fondue. This is piquing my interest.
Well, we usually choose like 4 or 5 different meats.
Okay.
And then we, as a family, we just darken, dim the lights and make it very like. I don't know, very, very like, good atmosphere, a nice atmosphere. Yeah. And we have, we have like little dips that are like surrounded around the table, and then we just like eat, and we have like potatoes, and then like,
And so what do you dip in the fondues? Like
where would we dip?
What do you dip in them?
Like the meat. I mean, are you talking about like in the fondue plate?
Is it a fondue made of meat? Or is it meat that you dip in the fondue?
Meat that we dip in the fondue.
Okay.
And it's like an oil. It's just like an oil that you cook it in. A simple oil.
Okay. So what meats are we talking here?
We had, we have usually beef. Chicken is always one. Okay. We have steak, different types of steak. Nice. And then I think sometimes I think one time we had duck that we just cut up and did that. We did.
All right, I'm coming to your house.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice.
If I needed a reason to go to Utah,
hey, Utah is beautiful.
I mean, I heard it's nice for skiing.
It's great, actually, for many reasons. I mean, you know what I do, right? I'm a teacher.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell us more about that.
Oh my gosh. Well, so I go around. So I go around the country. I take like casting directors, and I take them around the country, and we inform actors on how to get jobs in our industry. And it's an amazing.
Our industry being
entertainment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
For you guys at home who might not know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So bring casting directors around to actors all over the country.
All over the country. I mean, and I also have my own company here in New York City called Rance Wright Studio, where I help performers find solutions in this industry through performance or whether through auditions or whatever. So yeah.
That's amazing. Next thing is we're going to take 2 tablespoons of olive oil, heat it in a pan. When it's nice and hot, we're gonna throw our meat mixture and saute till it's nice and seared, but not cooked all the way because then it'll dry out in the oven. And then we take our rice. I'm using a rice with like a 1/4 splash of quinoa in it for some added variety. And then we're gonna incorporate the rice and the meat together in a bowl. So, no fancy technique here, just stir it in till it looks good and mixed together. I'm kind of using like a big old fork just to break up my meat a little bit more because I use turkey. I got a little lumpy, but you can use whatever ground meat you like. I like to use turkey because in my mind it sounds like it's healthier. I don't know if it actually is. I'm not really a guru of sorts, but Michelle Obama told me it was. So we've blanched our peppers and we have our stuffing ready. So we get some spoons and we're
Should I grab one?
it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
Oh my God. So let's stuff and stuff and talk stuff. So right. So Smack on the Street is you're an actor. Tell me about some stuff you've done, will do, hope to do, anything exciting on that front.
Right. I mean, I just signed with an agent recently, which is awesome. He's a great agent, Craig Holzberg.
Nice.
And of Avalon Artist Group.
Oh, he's
and
great.
He is. He's so great.
Love Avalon.
Yes. And he, recently this last year I did an off-Broadway show for the Nymph, which was called Boys Will Be Boys, where I got some great reviews. It was a great cast, a great group of people who I was working with, and it was a lot of fun to do. So yeah. How full should we be doing these?
You could fill them up as much as you want.
Great.
But because it looks like we have a lot more peppers than stuffing, we'll do like almost. Right.
Should we do maybe a little bit less?
No, that's good. That's good.
Great.
No, you're good. You're good. So like almost to the top, you could like have them overflowing. It's all up to you because it's not going to expand. So you can be as generous or as non-generous as you want. I'm going to just leave a little bit of room because when we put the cheese on, then it won't spill all over the place.
Right here?
Yeah, and then you just place them. Standing up.
And then should we do another one?
Keep going. So, cool. Yeah, I remember that was at the Signature Theater. Right next door to my house. Please don't stalk me, but that's right next door to where I live.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, in the Hell's Kitchen.
And it's such a beautiful theater, such a beautiful location.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
Gorgeous space.
Great director, Joe Barris. Really, really good work.
Nice.
Yeah, I love that.
Love to hear it. Cool. So, that's awesome. So were there any Nymph, tell people what that means. Non-music theater people might not know.
Yeah, so it's actually New York Music Theater Festival, and it's a really great opportunity for new writers and musical writers to present work in the New York market, because the New York market can be different from like really any other market across the world, I think, and you have to have a certain type and style to really get some, I mean, I've actually worked as a producer on some shows there, and I really loved sort of the presentation that it offers to the community, as well as really seeing if it's going to market here well in the New York community. Because again, like we said, like the reviewers and everyone here in the city are not the same type of reviewers you're going to get across the country.
How so?
I just think we expect something different. You know, we see so much theater in New York, and we see such a high quality of theater that the demand has to be a certain quality. I mean, we must see a beginning, middle, and end in the work. We must see a resolve. We must have something, not always a resolve, but we must see individuals in the shows fight for what they want.
Right.
Especially musical theater. I mean, everything's about a heightened state of performance.
Because when words fail to speak, you sing.
Yes, you do, my dear.
Right?
Yes, it's so true.
You know,
it's very true.
I mean, I went to school for musical theater, so that's, that was always drilled
And
into our
where did you go to
heads.
school?
Nazareth College.
Nazareth.
I went to Nazareth College. I
went to BYU and Boston Conservatory.
Oh, both?
Yes. My undergrad was at BYU. My master's was at the Boston Conservatory.
A master's?
I do. I'm Master Rance, just so you're aware.
So what is your master's in?
Masters of Music and Musical Theater.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they had those.
They do. And actually, the Boston Conservatory was a really great program for me.
Oh well, I mean, they've got a great reputation.
They do.
Forever and a day.
Forever.
So, but I mean, so when you teach, it's not just like you're this actor who, like, those who can't do teach. Like, you know your stuff.
Yes, I wanted to be educated in it. I really wanted to understand. I believe to really master something, you have to understand it on a much higher level, and that's actually why I started to teach. Is because we teach what we need to learn, and so I really desire to understand this industry on a much higher level.
And you know what? Also, I love is like this, like the New York Music Theater Festival and the classes you teach around the country give everyone an opportunity to see that music theater is more than just Hello Dolly.
Correct.
And Carrie Underwood.
Correct. I mean, some of our best musicals, I'm not thinking of anything right now, but some of the best musicals in the New York market that have won Tonys have actually been from the New York Music Theater Festival.
So once all your peppers are stuffed and they're in your pan, you get a cup of water and you just pour it in the bottom. And this is just going to be so they don't dry out. Once your water bath is all set up for your peppers, you put them in the oven, 400 degrees, for about 10 to 15 minutes. So after about 8 to 10 minutes, you're going to take your taco cheese and sprinkle it on the top. When the cheese is melted and bubbly, you're done. Now it's time for everyone's favorite part of the show.
The food.
Eating.
Let's do it.
Yay! So I like to knock it over a little bit and
Cool.
just dig on in.
Cool.
Yeah, it's like
Mmm.
right.
This looks so good.
Yay! I'm so excited for this.
Shall we do it together?
Yeah. Time it out. Wait, ready? Wait for it. Ready? Wait.
Oh my gosh, I fell all over.
I know, these are tricky. 1, 2. I'll wait for you.
Ready? Hold on.
Okay, wait, all right. Here. 1, 2, 3.
Oh gosh, I can't even eat it. Let me do this. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna eat with my hands. Is that okay?
Yeah, how do you feel? Yeah.
It's such a healthier choice, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's great.
I mean, you get the flavor party of a taco, but not as a little bit lighter of a choice. How do you feel? Good. Got it together. It's okay.
That was so funny.
It's alright. It'll make great TV. It'll make great TV.
I hope it keeps on going over and over again.
No, don't worry. Don't worry, guys. Rance has a class on how to do what he just did, which is pull focus. Look it up on his website.
Awesome.
So.
Full focus.
No, in all seriousness. Rance, thank you so much for being here.
Of course.
And
I loved it.
If you want to take any of Rance's real classes,
you can actually find me on Rance Wright Studio on Facebook, or you can actually look at Right Way Masterclasses nationally, and you can do that by looking up www.rightwaymasterclasses.com, and that's with a W because that's my last name. So, yay! Thank you so much, the viewers. You guys, thank you for tuning in and joining us for our Fiesta, a Fiesta flavor. And yeah, come back next time and don't forget your empty stomach.
guys. Thank you so much for joining us today on this episode of In the Kitchen with Caitlin. Today, my good friend Camille Theobald is here. She plays a ukulele, but more about that later. And today, because she is gluten-free, we are making an eggplant lasagna. To start, we're going to be using eggplant as opposed to noodles for our gluten-free friend. Yay. So what you're like, how does an eggplant replace noodles? Look at this shape. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it in thin strips and then dehydrate it in the oven. And while it's dehydrated in the oven, it forms almost like a crackery consistency. And then when you layer it with the sauce, which wets it again, it kind of takes on the texture similar to that of a noodle that you would put in a lasagna. So you cut it at the end like this, and then you turn it upside down, and you want to cut it in half. Now, if you have a mandolin or a cheese slicer, you can do it like that, and it's a nice, quick, easy cheat. But I'm just going to show you how to do it with a knife in case you don't have any of those fancy doodads at your kitchen. So you're going to hold it down flat, and then you're going to very thinly slice it, kind of like the way you would do if you were trying to butterfly a piece of chicken. And as thin as you can possibly get it without making a hole in it. We're gonna fill this whole cookie sheet, put it in the oven for about 5 minutes, then you'll flip over the eggplant, 5 more minutes, take it out, and there you go. Dehydrated eggplant, AKA your lasagna noodles. So now that we've prepped our eggplant, the next step is, what is this, zucchini? Well, zucchini is actually a really fun gluten-free alternative for spaghetti. What do you mean? Well, you take this here, which is just a regular box grater, and you take your zucchini, and what you do is you hold it long ways, and very slowly just push it in there. And you see? Oh. Noodles! So I'm gonna let you take over on that for now. And so, Camille, you have a show, I hear, on a network that some of us may have heard of called Couch TV.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
I have a show called Ukulele with Camille. I summarize movies in song parody. It's very silly and weird and random, but that's why it's fun. I'm also a comedian, so I do stand-up all the time and improv everywhere, all over the city.
Right, but let's bring it all back here. So you're summarizing movies hilariously with your ukulele.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so they're sung.
Yes.
So how long is each episode?
Like 2-3 minutes tops.
So 2 to 3, so 2 hours of Hollywood gold. Camille can sum it for you in 2 minutes with her ukulele. Yeah. So do you think you could, like, maybe a little later, I don't know, in your free time, like, sum up In the Kitchen with Caitlin?
Oh yeah.
With your ukulele?
Definitely.
Oh my God, all my dreams right now. How are you doing there with this?
I think it's okay.
You're doing really great.
All right.
So let's just show everybody what it looks like. Doesn't it look like a soba noodle almost?
It does. It reminds me of
Yeah.
like rice noodles or
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you know what? You could even eat something just like that, put your red sauce on it, and
That'd be
there's
really
dinner.
good. Yeah.
And that's something. But we're going to use this as a layer in our lasagna
Awesome.
to add a little bit of variety. All right? So let's keep cutting.
Cool.
All right. So how long have you been doing in the Kitchen with Caitlin? You've only been doing a few minutes, but how long have you been doing ukulele with Camille?
For just about a year. Before that, I did Letters to People Who Piss Me Off.
Oh my God!
Because
oh
we
my
live in New
God!
York.
Tell me about this. Tell me about this.
So, before moving to New York, I was a very, I still am, very polite, I don't get angry ever, but
You don't. I've never noticed that.
You just can't help but get mad at people in New York City because you're surrounded by them constantly.
Okay.
So I started writing letters to these people and playing a little ukulele tune underneath the letter so that it sounded kind of nice while I'm also yelling at them.
Can you please explain like some of the things that you've written love letters about, for lack of a better term? Yeah, let's wipe that off a little bit for you.
Certain things like the guys who lean on poles in the subway when I'm trying to hold on to the pole at the subway.
Oh my God, the worst.
Or someone cutting me in line at a coffee shop. A woman yelling crazy things on the subway. A lot of them are in the subway, because that's...
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like there's a theme here.
Yeah, that's when all the bad stuff happens.
So angry subway letters.
A lot of them, yeah.
On your ukulele.
Yeah.
Now that we have made our zucchini pasta and dehydrated our eggplant, it is time to build our lasagna. So we take a spoon and we get some of our sauce, and we're gonna put this as our base. So spread that around, get that on there. You wanna have it a nice little base so that nothing burns on the bottom. So get that in there, good. All right, so now we're gonna get some dehydrated eggplant and put that down. So, you know, I'm gonna move this in the middle.
Noodles.
Let's get this more in the middle so that we can all reach it. All right. Okay. It almost looks like a zucchini noodle shape-wise, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here, grab some of the longer ones because this is gonna be the bottom. All right, good. You put that one right there. Yeah, the other way. Perfect. Great. So now we've got that. So now we'll do another layer of sauce. I'm going to use the rest of this on this, and then we can always get more. Okay.
And this is your homemade sauce?
This is my homemade sauce that we made in another episode. So if you don't know how to make your own sauce, check out my sauce episode.
Nice.
Okay, so we get that in there and flatten it. Then we're gonna do some of the quinoa, so you can get a nice big spoon.
All right.
And you want it to be uncooked, okay? Because the hydration that's remaining in the veggies we're putting in this, as well as the sauce, is enough liquid that while this is baking, it's gonna cook the quinoa perfectly. If you have pre-cooked quinoa, it's gonna be overcooked and it's not gonna do its job. It's gonna have a soupy consistency in your lasagna, which you don't need. So then we're gonna put some of our zucchini. So get that. So you wanna spread it out, not too thick, because this is kind of the wettest layer, you know, because zucchini holds a lot of moisture, but we still wanna make a nice layer. You know, kind of spiral it a little bit, have fun with it. Be creative. Think of it as like finger painting or like playing with Play-Doh. You know, have fun with it.
You're building something,
You're
right?
Exactly. You were building something that Camille's going to sing a song about later, maybe. So now our next layer, we're going to start on the cheese.
The best part.
Yes, we're starting on most people's favorite parts. We're going to do some clumps of the ricotta. So just, boop. We don't do a whole layer of this. You just do like sporadic little
Clumps?
plops. Yeah.
Okay.
Sporadic little plops of the ricotta. Little pockets of surprise goodness. You know. Boop. And boop. Maybe one more. And boop. Great. And then next, we're going to do some shredded mozzarella first. And we'll save.
Now, all lasagnas generally have 3 types of cheese.
No, but
Just
our
the two?
lasagna does.
Okay.
Because you know, you could. It's lasagna just means like it's you're stacking things. You're making layers.
Okay.
I wish I knew what it literally meant in Italian, but I don't. I'm not going to claim to be an expert, but it literally is if you stack things and make layers with it, sauce and cheese wise. What in America we here call a casserole is basically the equivalent of a lasagna. It's very similar in concept. So you can use as many cheeses as you really want, sauces, things like that. But Yes, to answer your question. So now we're gonna take the next one and press our next layer of eggplant and press it down on top. A little bit. Yeah, some of it's like kind of gonna crumbly, but that's okay. It's still good. Perfect. And you're gonna press it down and flatten it a little bit. Right? Perfect. Right. Yeah. Beautiful. So then we flatten it, and now we do another layer of the sauce. Once all your layers are in place, it can go into the oven for about 25 minutes to a half hour at 350 to 375 degrees, depending on your oven. So let's pop it in. While our delicious lasagna is baking away, Camille has agreed to grace us with a song. Take it away.
I was inspired by the lasagna, so I wrote you a little ditty. Cooking with Caitlin is lots of fun. Cooking with Caitlin, gluten-free lasagna. Cooking with Caitlin, I wish I could do it every day. 'Cause Caitlin's got the recipe for your empty tummy. Yummy, 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 yummy. Let's eat.
Oh my gosh, I love it!
Yay!
Oh my gosh. We're gonna make that the new theme song. Done. Except not every episode's gluten-free lasagna, but it doesn't matter. It's fine. You know, there. But thank you so much.
Of course.
So guys, make sure you tune in to Ukulele with Camille on your favorite Couch TV network and check out more where that came from. Now, time for everyone's favorite part of the show, tasting.
Yes.
All right, let's dig in. All right. Drum roll, please.
That is amazing.
Yeah. Never thought gluten-free could taste so good, I bet.
Never.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Camille, for bringing the tunes.
Of course.
And check out the ingredients from today's episode on our Vine, which is at KitchenWCaitlin. The W stands for with. Come back next time and make sure you bring your empty stomach.